Alright, this is probably very, very hard to see. But I have a special visitor tonight. See, here's the problem. This is Pansy. Pansy does not get along with Perry. You see him stumping along? Do you hear the freaking fireworks? What you doing, Pear? Are you going to try and take a walk? Rolling in the dirt. There goes Pansy. She keeps fighting with him. There he goes. Maybe they're going to be buddies now. I don't know. Are you guys going to come for a walk? Perry, are you coming? You don't have to. Yeah, he's doing really, really well. I mean, what's today, the 25th? So it's 3 weeks since he lost his leg. And literally, this is the second night he's come out for the walk. And he will stump right along. And, as long as, those are legit fireworks. I'm surprised he's not freaking out. He was freaking out before. I don't know, maybe he's not going to come. No, he's doing really good. So I'm sure you didn't see him. Usually, I'm down around here when I start filming. I won't be at all surprised. I mean, the first time I took for a walk, and there he is. I mean, did you see how fast he got down here? He seriously has no problem getting around. I don't want him to take the full ride, though. And because it's about a mile or so that we go for a walk. Here comes Pans. And yes, there are fireworks right there. Anyway, he'll come through these woods. He's back to his old life, basically. It is amazing. Here he comes. Look at him. Come on, Pear. I mean, he's hopping around. It's kind of stupid looking, but I mean, this cat can move. The only thing he couldn't do was he's not very good at stopping. But, he's smart enough to stay away from... You coming? Cars, so... Here he comes. Walking on 3 legs. Absolutely stubborn. Why don't you just stay put there? I'm sure it's going to tire him out. Anyway, so I'm not going to make this very long. But that's one thing. The cat is doing great. Considering he got shot, and he lost his leg, and he has completely adapted. This is him insisting on going for a walk with me. He's the first one that went for walks with me. Back before we even lived here. Anyway, he started it all. And he's stubborn, and he's going to keep on doing it. I don't know what's up with this truck. Oh, fire truck. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that fire truck. Maybe they're trying to hunt down whoever's setting off fireworks. So he's down there on their yard. Fine and normal. Like I said, I'm sure that it's going to tire him out to only have one leg. He tries to use the other leg and then hops. I don't know. Maybe it gives him some momentum. Maybe he's just truly, here he comes, not used to it yet. Here comes some people. Come on, Pear. I know there's people there. At least they don't have a dog.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. You?
Good, thanks.
Enjoying the night.
Where's the cat? I thought it was a dog. Oh.
No, it's my cat. full of fireworks tonight too. Not fireworks, fireflies. Neighbors, never seen them before. Here comes a car. See, he really doesn't like cars anymore, which is fine. Perry, you gonna stay? You're gonna come? Perry, you can stay down in there. That's fine. I'll come and get you on the way back. Right. Well, that's the update on the cat. He's doing great. And here he comes. Stubborn cat. I'm telling you, I wouldn't, after 3 weeks of having lost my leg, be able to do anything like that. Like, he's so happy to get back to normal life. That's all he wants to do. Are you tired? Hey, Pear. Yeah, see, I think he gets real tired. And that's about it. And that, and those people, they didn't even notice he only has 3 legs. So yeah, what is going on? A lot of things are going on with the avoidance. First of all, there's this, which is fantastic that it's been resolved so well and so easy comparatively. I mean, not easy for him, but he's really recovered well. That's a huge source of stress that's been relieved. Going on vacation, I had been planning that one, the extended one, because normally what happens is this. I go on very short vacations. We're talking like a day trip or one night by myself. And truthfully, that vacation probably would have been better if I had gone by myself. But I wanted to take my kid on a vacation, one last vacation. Neither of us had been to the city before, so it was a new experience for both of us. My son had a ton of new experiences. I mean, I'm really glad I did it. It was getting a bit hairy from time to time. My kid is not a good traveler, and 5 hours in a car definitely did him in. And brought out the worst in him. I mean, he's having a hard time now anyway because he has decided that he is an adult now, technically not, but whatever, and that he does not need to take his medications. He doesn't want to be a person who takes medications, and so he has just decided to stop taking all his medications. This is not good because my son is autistic and impulsive and 6 feet tall, and autistic people, their first language is physical, and he gets physical. And it's been an issue since like the start. Uh-oh. Car. It's okay, Perry. It's okay, Perry. Yes, I will sacrifice myself for the cat. He's, lost all his structure, and he's about to get a new structure, and on top of this, he's being like a super defiant, average new graduate from high school. Very, very average. Whereas the mother knows nothing. I'm not going to listen to anything she says. But then he's also extremely black and white about it. So if I say, hey, you need to check up on this, not only will he not do it, he will never do it. And he's actually kind of screwed himself over because he didn't sign off on his financial aid, which means the college is expecting him to pay cash in full. Yeah. He also went in and signed up for classes, and they're like, okay, well, here's the initial blah, blah, blah. Take these tests, and you can jump up and skip a whole bunch of the lower level classes and go straight to something that's interesting. And so he did the tests, passed them, and then he did not sign off on having to change it to his schedule. So he checked it today, and sure enough, he still has the classes that he tested out of on his schedule. And he just sees me as a massive trigger, and I can't have anything to do with it. So I'm trying to find somebody to go with him to school to get this sorted. He's got another month. It's going to be pretty easy, especially because the rush is over, because everybody else that's, sane about it has already taken care of all their problems. Normally I yell at my cats to stay off people's yards, but I'm not gonna. I mean, they have a dog too, so this could be interesting. He's tolerating listening to those fireworks. Probably better than me, too. Anyway, oh, they have a cat. I can see it in the window. So, that's going to be interesting. I'm going to have somebody help him out. He's got a month to sort that, and hopefully he'll leave me alone. I got 5 weeks for him to go. This is extremely bittersweet. I mean, this is the end of the era. This is the only point of me existing, truly, is taking care of this kid. This is the way I've set my life up. What was that movie? There was some really bad romance movie where it said something like, it was the advice to the young person: don't set your life up so that you end up alone just when you're getting old, or something like that. I'm like, hello, that's what I've done. I mean, this was the goal, to get him to graduate and to go to college. This was the final goal. And there's nothing left. And, so there's a big part of me that's like, not having this means there is no purpose. On the other hand, not having him in the house means I don't have to live with a volcano on the verge of exploding all the time. I have no idea what else life would be like without this. That was one of the things that going to the city sort of reiterated. I mean, when I made my decision, I'm kind of classic. I don't know if this is an avoidant thing, but in my life, I don't make decisions. I, accept what people tell me to do. And there's very few times in my life that I've actually made a decision. Even things like buying a car. Because, well, part of it is I'm dead cheap. If I want to go spend money, then I could probably go and buy exactly the perfect car for me. But usually it's just like, okay, what do you got? Okay, that's good enough. I'm not even going to worry on it. Everything I've been like that. Very little things, very few number of things that I have actively chosen. And the couple has sort of been where we lived in general. One is, I used to live in the city, I used to live in Philadelphia, and then when my son, started walking around, and it was a concrete area, and there was no grass, and he couldn't go out and play, and I was like, no. And so I moved, and actually moved again, and in both cases, the primary, I didn't care how big the place we were living in, how small, I didn't care any of that. I didn't care, like for example, the place we live now for like 8 years doesn't have a bathtub. It's only a shower, which is an issue. What you doing, boy? Because I would definitely prefer to take a bath over a shower. But you know what? Who cares? Because I have a yard that's huge that my kid can go out and play in. And now the cats can go out and play in. And that is the primary choice for why we're living here, is that my son has a yard to go out and, well, my son is moving away. And when it comes down to it, I do better in cities. And it definitely reiterated that when we were in the city. And I mean, that was a crazy city. I actually liked it a lot in retrospect. Like, really liked about it was, I mean, now I didn't go on the weekend. I went during the weekday. It was still pretty busy, but it wasn't like crazy. But I mean, people were walking around the street. Then again, it's summer versus winter. But the biggest thing about it, because we went to Montreal, was how radically different it was from neighborhood to neighborhood. I mean, it really was. It was like, this area was like New York, and this area was like Europe, and this area was like Boston. And I mean, it was seriously like an amalgam of a whole bunch of, can't even see it, of cities. I mean, you'd be walking along, and then all of a sudden there's this literal medieval church. You saw it. Come on, cat, don't go up there. You're not supposed to be on people's yards. Anyway, that's the rule. Is cats are not supposed to be on people's yards. But come on, she's sort of got an exception there. Yeah, it was really good. It really fit my avoidance very well, because what my avoidance is be around people. Yeah, because I really like to be around people, but don't have relationships. I was actually talking to my therapist about how utterly freaked out it was that in this city of, I don't know, a few million people, and we were on subways primarily getting around. Great subways too. I mean, they run like every 5 minutes, and they go all over the place. Maybe not all over the place, the place we want to go. Not all. I'm used to American public transportation, which is sort of not as extensive, let's put it that way. It was kind of like London more. Cat, what are you doing? Come on. Come on back here. I'm going to have to stop this to go get him. Anyway, I saw the same person twice. Which is like, what are the friggin' chances? Extremely low, that's what the chances are. And it absolutely tripped me out. It pulled me right out of the sort of vacation bubble I was in, which was that it's almost like the people were not people. It's like they didn't, they just didn't register, because I knew that I'd never see them again. It wouldn't matter if they judged me. I wouldn't know about it at all, ever. Well, then seeing the same person, it brought it right back that, yeah, it's possible that somebody's paying attention to me, and it's maybe somebody's going to see me and judge me, and probably they're going to judge me. I mean, obviously, we were very much Americans. Like the stupid Americans. That was us. We kept to ourselves, but like my son didn't even know how to use the subway. Which is good that I was teaching him and everything else, but still, I mean, we stood out. No question about it. You gonna go down the drain? See, he gets along just fine, like it's normal. I don't know. I was thinking I should move to a city. You would think this is insane. An avoidant person, this is like what they would want. That I live more or less totally by myself. Like, the last guest I had at my house was my mother, who died in January. And it had been years. My son, thankfully, went to a school that, it was a charter school, and it had kids from all over the state. And, one of his good friends was both of them were about 50-minute drive away from his school, and then we were half an hour away from the school. So his friends never showed up. That's why he's so online all the time. I think one time at our current house has had a kid show up at our house. That's it. Thank God I don't have a normal kid. I have a kid that matches and fits in with my avoidance. That's a little bit different from living in a city. But I'm not a hermit. I've actually gone through severe depressions where I tried to be quote unquote more avoidant and try to isolate more, and it actually makes everything worse. They're hearing something. He wants to go for a walk. You really can't. You really can't go all the way up there. You went like a quarter mile. That's far enough. Come on. I'm gonna have to collect him, make him go back. You want to go back? Come on, let's go back. That was definitely far enough. Maybe tomorrow you can go a little farther. What do you think? Oh, there he goes. He has his own ideas. So anyway, yeah, there's that, and there's that, and there's that. Oh no, this is going to be a gigantic transition. The last time we had a big transition, I did this massive purge in the house. It was great. I've already got it planned. I'm going to do it again. I've got like 3 major pieces of furniture that I'm just going to throw out and get more space. My son, one of his issues is he has like, I don't know if it's like a hoarder thing or what, but he attaches too much nostalgia to objects. See him rolling around with his stump. And so he hates and like will wail and cry if I try to get rid of anything that's not like legit garbage. He thinks we should hold on to and store everything, and I can't wait for him to get out of the house so I can get rid of some of these things that I really probably should have gotten rid of ages ago. I mean, they have these people that come and collect like junk out of houses. It's usually people died. I think I'm going to hire one and have him fill a truck of stuff that I just don't need anymore. He's so glad to be normal. Anyway, so I do have some plans for when this kid is out the house. And I do have to keep dealing with the crap of the people and my family. I thought I had everything resolved with my mother, and another thing popped up. And for my son, again, he's not doing the things he's supposed to, so I'm still responsible for him until he turns 18, which is in October. So I still have to do that. I'm definitely going to have to go collect this cat, though. Come on now, what are you doing? You trying to get underneath their porch? Well, it's actually a garage. I don't think so, cat. So anyway, that's what I'm up to. And I think I'm going to stop this. And it's my advice for people with avoidant personality disorder that are going through some major, giant, huge changes, life changes like this. I mean, that would include, my son leaving, my mother dying, my father going into the home. Basically, everybody out of my life. All at once. Boom, I got the cats. That's about it. Just keep going day by day, and don't try to make plans for the future. Try to make like general things, but don't make anything specific, because you're not going to be able to do it. Alright, I gotta collect him. He's trying to get under this here thing. And so until the next video, bye.